A good day to you.
Greetings! These stalls are for our Legion troops. Riverland's finest work up mighty fine appetite serving.
Don't let that rooster escape.
Isn't it a chicken?
Truth.
Let's have...
These stalls are for our Legion troops. Riverland's finest work up mighty fine appetite serving 7.
Sorry, sir.
You think that's funny, private?
Sir! No, sir!
What have we here, then? A so-called source hunter, eh? Well, look, do what you must in Sicil. I'm Captain Aureus, if you must know, leader of the Legion in Sicil. By which I mean I have the enviable task of commanding a battalion of walking dead. For I fear it may well be but a matter of time before the undead undo all my soldiers and turn them... Gods above! Some politician snuffs it and everyone's in an uproar. Nevertheless, I want to be kept in the loop. Understand? I am in command of this town, not Mayor Cecil, not Ahu, and definitely not some hotshot source hunter. So investigate Jake's death if you feel so inclined, but the scene of the crime is over at the King Crab Inn. Esmeralda is Jake's wife. Well, widow. Everyone in town, down to the crabs on the beach, is convinced she killed him. Now, the girl has the reputation of being a flirt. There is that. But that doesn't suffice as evidence, wouldn't you say? Or do source hunters rely on hearsay alone, perhaps? That certainly would explain some of the cock-ups. What? You're going to stand there and claim with a straight face your order never wrongly tortured and executed anyone? Hardly. But if you must. Bravo! Figured that one out, did you? I haven't been stuck here for 2 years because we're being besieged by fluffy kittens, you know. Those brain-feasting freaks. How am I enjoying it? Are you spoiling for a fight, Hunter? Are you? Sicil stinks of fish. We are the pride of Riverlon. To be found and to be seen everywhere. We don't hide in the dark. I'd say they're looking for weak spots in our defenses. They can't make an attack over land for fear of Ahu's magical machines, so they're trying their luck by sea. Yes, and he also spends most of his time in the guise of a cat, licking God's knows which body part.
Source Hunter, welcome, but certainly. Oh, I am but a wizard, a guardian of man and beast. And indeed, my task upon this earth is to protect the heart of nature. You see, my one desire is to witness a world in which every mother looks up. To my great regret, none of them. Oh, but that's not a trick. Such magic is a gift, Hunter. To tread upon the realm of instinct, even articulate speech. Perhaps humanity's greatest act, to be out in the night, to stalk on but of course it's handy to speak in more than meows. Oh, that'll never happen. Granted, a witch could make the I'm my own wizard, you know, and I don't intend to become anyone's by all means. Of course, I hope your investigation fared. I can but piece together what few. They say a woman arrived in the King Crab Inn sometime after midnight. She retired to a room on the ground floor where she was soon joined. I say man and woman because both of them were cloaked and recognized by none. About an hour later, another figure arrived, headed for the same room. It took a while for the landlord to pluck up the courage to enter the... How and why he came to be there, no one knows. But I had a good look around the scene of the crime before the Legion barred anyone from entering. I myself have none. Even though... Now, it may well be established that she is, in fact, the guilty party. I'm not claiming that I'm certain she's innocent, but I can't say much more but that they're madmen. All the more dangerous to us because of their alliance with what should be a natural... And what might those be? One of them failed? Who is the mongrel that dares to question my engineering expertise? I take it the mutt in question was referring to the Sparkmaster 5000. It isn't failing, it just became... You know what? Here's the remote access device with which I used to control it. There's a manual for that somewhere around here, too. Yours, if you can... Those who are raising the dead dwell among us. They simply... The enemy is wily. They know us better than we know them. And they've found ways to avoid both detection and distrust. Yet I am somehow convinced you have a flair for understatements, Hunter. I'm sure they are but a minor nuisance in the... until they conclude what mischief they intend to see through. Or less like, oh, a mere trifle for one with the intellect of a feline.
This combination doesn't seem to do anything.
So try another.
Source Hunter, welcome. Well, and what might those be? By all means. I can't say much more, but that they're
That is a bridge throw. Get the shining recruits.
Sorry, sir.
You think that's funny, Private?
Sir, no, sir.
Can you spare a coin?
Thank the seven, we've secured the perimeter.
Have some pity.
You there! You look like an actor just waiting for his big debut.
Legion's greetings. I have been informed about your heroics on the beach. Were that I had been there to partake. I am Septimus, seventh son in a household of 9, legionnaires all. Me and 2 brothers of mine were assigned to Sicile from day. So fair a lady I have seldom seen in all of Rivellon, my friend. And I have steadfast will I guard her. Never will I waver unless Jake's murder is, in a word, a tragedy. He was well loved in all of Sicile. The Council of 7 couldn't have wished for a better ambassador. And what questions are there? We've been stationed here the better part of 2 years now, alternating between twiddling our thumbs and springing into panicked battle against the orcs. Hard to admit, but proper soldiers shouldn't be ordered to fight such unnatural abominations.
Lords above, grant me patience. Your resource. I am Esmeralda, wife of Jake, and now, alas, his widow. Poor man. We were both so young when we married. He so rich. Like I told just about every legionnaire in town, I don't know anything about poor Jake. So what happened? Some of them tittle-tattling crab chasers down the pub call me a murderous gold digger and you... Starstone? I've never heard of such a thing. Do you mean to imply he collected something dangerous? Something... Well, what do you want to know? Well, there are certainly some, interesting creatures running around these days. Orcs are only the tip of the brutish iceberg. Don't forget the murderous bones along the northern gate. Sometimes I forget they're even out there, to be honest. Remember, Buv?
Quite adamant about her innocence.
We'll need to look for evidence if we want to prove she actually did the evil deed.
Assure me, dear Septimus, that you haven't been fighting those all... Tell me, Septimus, would your wife or sweetheart be compensated by the Legion should tragedy befall you on the battlefield?
I suppose so. But seeing that I'm neither married, engaged, or attached in any way, I've never bothered to inquire.
Polite, handsome, and single. Don't go anywhere tonight, Legionnaire.
Lonesome? Spiritless? Perhaps
These damn
wrestling
birds
an
won't take more than a
elemental will
pittance.
inject some vim into your routine. No better solution to the zombie problem than a set of silver arrows.
Stop right there. And not exactly the friendliest bloke, the captain, is he? Well, your reward for getting your ear...
Shut tight.
Looking good.
Greetings, Source Hunter. Ready to up?
So, what's the bad news? This here's my family business. Yes, there's been a Robert sad story, that. Though if I'm speaking plainly, I just concern myself with giving the remains a respectable exit from life. We set him to rest in the northern graveyard. What about it? Didn't I just say we gave it a respectable send-off? Why you...
Everything we do seems to fortify your abilities.
It's easy enough to gain new strength when one is carrying an entire team on one's shoulders.
Have no fear, my friend.
Hey, you there!
Stern chastisement in 3, 2...
Dear me. Oh, the coast reminds me of my long flame. I walked the world.
Well, hello there! You say you will take me under your wing. But I see no feathers. Are you a child of the birds, as I am of the bears? In truth, this is a relief. Your world is made with rules I have not yet. And so the lonely babe was fed upon the wild mother's milk. The wise godwolf Amira raised the child Threes among her little. Ask freely, my friend. Your city is far more wild than home forest. Here, a tiny screech woman, no swifter than a mudworm, might come Jarrett. Wise Jarrett. Taught a beast's life is to survive. A human's is... I have learned all the bird song that Jarrett could teach. The remembering of the beasts is without lies. We know not to approach the wasp's nest because long ago one bear mother discovered its dangers. This she taught to her cubs, and those cubs... We do not remember Rito and the battle of the buzzing brute. It is different. He came to me when I was small. A fierce one. He called to me in a soft song. At first Jarrett visited me often. Jarrett is my master and my friend. I heard this was a place of many people, so here I came, but I have not found the face I seek. That mystery is thick and ugly as a swarm. I watched countless of my love. The next morning, Jarrett did not emerge from his room. I left. He was kidnapped, and all his research was taken with him. The only clue I found... I do not know the one called Attenborough, but I know that if I am to find Jarrett, I must start...
Sorry, sir.
You think that's funny, Raven?
What have we hit? The sea is what?
I hope you're quick. My to the enemy.
Quiet! No talk.
Source Hunter.
Attention! About face! To the barracks! March! Recruits! That was sloppier than Sicilian stew. Again!
Have some pity.
Potions to bemuscle you, scrolls to entussle you.
Move along.
I suppose so, Milady. But Legion's greetings. Steps of the Brawler.
Lords of Steve, there.
Quite adamant about her innocence.
We'll need to look for evidence if we want to prove she actually...
What? Oh, it's you. Come closer then. Closer, huh? My ears aren't what they used to be. Nor my eyes, for that matter. Yes, hello, Source Hunter. Our city welcomes you. My elf? What elf? Oh, myself. I am Cecil, Mayor of Sicil, and husband of the stately Cecilia. I've been the mayor here for decades, and I'm quite eager to see Sicil through these difficult times. Yes, very difficult. What? Oh, you mean Sicil. Very difficult times indeed. As though the death of Jake and by source matter, the undead have overrun all but one northern trade route, while the orcs are making a habit of savaging our beaches. That's not to mention that at the top of this whole caboodle, there's rumors of some new religious sect or cult or some such sticking its tendrils into the innocent, seven-fearing folks of Sicil. And, while we're on the subject of troubles, I myself have a private matter I'd like to bring to your Jake, murdered? Oh, yes. Yes, now I recall. Most of the townsfolk are certain Jake's wife Esmeralda is responsible. In fact, the Legion have taken her into protective custody. As you can imagine, I've known Esmeralda for years. That business between her and the Duke of Ferrol was always a bit an all-right bloke, apart from all this Esmeralda nonsense. The whole town knows the only goal of his business trips to Sicil is to spend a night or two at the King Crab Inn with... What? The undead? Yes, for the past 2 years, those blasted skeletons have all been... What of what now? Ah, you mean the staff of Pergamon. Yes, yes. I was expecting a shipment of weapons, and among the cargo was this very powerful, very rare staff. Cecil proved an old fool, though. For the merchant slated to deliver it to me has just informed me that his name is Conrad, captain of the Tide Splitter, a merchant ship still docked at the Sicil harbor. The staff itself contains a shard of an ore, highly valued for its use in the weapons of war. I know use of the material to be forbidden, but I was desperate to do something to aid the townsfolk against the undead. Well, I do believe that's something your parents ought to have discussed with you long ago, Source Hunter. But I suppose if you really don't know... Ah, you see, when a lady... Oh, this is nonsense. I'm the mayor for the 7th sake. I can't be bothered to chat all day about the birds and the bees when Sicil's under siege by orcs, undead, and cultists. That depends. What kind of berries are... Ah, the library. Yes, yes, you must have a visit. It's the gem of Sicil. Would you like to have a look? I'll escort you upstairs myself. Please yourself. Let me know if you change your mind. No, all my clothes are in fine condition, thanks. I've been going to the same tailor for years. Oh, yes, the fabulous... That machine Ahu built is an abomination. It must be stopped at all costs. I bet the wizard himself could provide some advice regarding how to destroy it. He's the... That depends. Ah, marvelous. What? Oh, yes. My Victoria has every volume you could possibly imagine. And she's got every speck of information about this place packed into her brilliant brain. Yes. Victoria's come a long way from that little but... What? Oh,
Omnes autem mali daemon. What? What is this? Who are you to interrupt my musings? By Naga the Protector, they have the map. Oh, but perhaps I spoke too soon. Perhaps I was mistaken. No. A source hunter. That is what you are. Yes, a stalker of sorcery. A chaser of charms pernicious. In truth, I cannot go so far as to say it is a pleasure to make your acquaintance, for I take no pleasure in the company of man. but it may just be to our mutual advantage to join forces nonetheless.
The knight in see-through armor?
Why? Simply because you hunt source, and I, Jehan, hunt demons. You are aware, of course, that quite often both of these pests frequent the same shadowy pools of infamy.
Kajdanor. A brief history of sorcery still hasn't been returned. Teleron will have to pay yet another fine. Kajdanor. A brief history of sorcery still hasn't been returned. Teleron will have to pay yet another fine.
Now, I hate what this is a sentiment I'm quite certain you must recognize. Let there be on one condition, that on our joint travels we will never...
Where's the third one gone?
I don't like to make promises I may not be able to...
I concur.
Oh, simple souls. Oh, dooms. The Source Hunter. Have you come...
A source hunter! Oh, what a sight for me! I live alone here in town. Oh, he's always been something of a rascal, calling his petty hooliganism adventuring. For my part, I encouraged him to join the Legion. Even got him sparring with Captain Ori. That band of... I don't even know what to call them. Well...
Key of Sadakandras. What nonsense. The Encyclopedia Daemonium.
Volume 1,
I know it
Volume
by
2.
heart.
But where's the third one gone? Shatsu. Sometimes I think these books sprout little legs in the night.
No, this isn't the grimoire I'm looking for. Is there no new book to be discovered in this library?
The knight in see-through armor?
Demonology
Princess
for
Buttercup with the
dumbbells.
blushing
Ugh.
bottom?
I need something
In the
more
name of Amun-Hor, I bid thee Tujda Geta Hal. Be welcome, human. I am Victoria, daughter of Mayor Cecil. When I was very young, you see, I must have been cast out by my... The fisherman who found me would have drowned me on the spot, for I am an orc, after all. But praise be Amun-Hor, dear Cecil was among the gathered crowd. He raised me like I was his own. This kindest of souls taught me the... Indeed you may. The wisdom I here hold...
by heart.
Striking it rich!
Demonology for dumbbells. Ugh. I need something more advanced. Is there no new book to be discovered in this library?
Sometimes I think these books sprout little legs in the night.
No, this isn't the grimoire I'm looking for. The Pseudomonarchia Daemonum, and the first edition too. Most promising.
Who placed this book here? A volume of poetry among novels? Urak! What mayhem!
The Lesser Key of Sadakandras. Ugh, what nonsense. Is there no new book to be discovered in this library?
Who placed this book here? A volume of poetry among novels?
Demonology for
Urak!
dumbbells.
Mayhem.
Ugh, I need something more advanced. The Encyclopedia Daemonium. I know it
The
by
knight
heart.
in see-through armor?
Princess Buttercup with the blushing bottom. Esmeralda does have a propensity for all things naughty, hasn't she?
Demonology for dumbbells. I need something more advanced. The Pseudomonarchia Daemonum. And the first edition too. Most promising.
The knight in see-through armor. Princess Buttercup with the blushing bottom.
Demonology for dumbbells.
Esmeralda does have a propensity for all things naughty, hasn't
The
she?
Pseudomonarchia Daemonum. And the first edition too. Most promising. Demonology for dumbbells. I need something more advanced. The Encyclopedia Daemonium. I know it by heart. No, this isn't the grimoire I'm looking for. Is there no new book to be discovered in this library?
Where's the third one gone? Shouts. Sometimes I think these books sprout little legs in the night.
The Lesser Key of Sadakandras. What nonsense. Is there no new book to be discovered in this library?
Esmeralda does have a propensity for all things naughty, hasn't she?
No, this isn't the grimoire I'm looking for. Is there no new book to be discovered in this library?
The knight in see-through armor. Princess Buttercup with the blushing bottom.
The Encyclopedia Daemonium.
Esmeralda does have a propensity for all things naughty, hasn't she?
No, this isn't the grimoire I'm looking for. Is there no new book to be discovered in this library?
Replace this book here. A volume of poetry among novels. Urak. Mayhem.
No, this isn't the grimoire I'm looking for. Is there no new book to be discovered in this library?
Caged.
Get it while it's fresh. This batch is only hours from the sea.
Say the big cheese on your block with a wheel of the good stuff.
So you're just hanging around again, are you? Waiting for what?
Exactly. Do I seem like the sort who concerns myself with such things?
You'll be concerned enough when you realize that reward money won't be lining your pockets.
Stop right there.
Ancient and arcane secrets, the likes of which I doubt you could even fathom.
source hunters. I've been eagerly expecting you. You found, aha, mere child's play when you know what to look for. And luckily, it's happened again, my friend. It's all connected somehow. You don't imagine that I'd presume to explore it before you. No, I'm sure it's nothing. It's just that, but this is only speculation, of course.
Good day to you.
So, what's the bad news? More orcs rampaging through the docks? Or have those infernal statues sent another soul flying to his death? This here's my family. Sad. I just What about it? Didn't I just say we gave it a...
Everything we do seems to fortify your abilities.
I suppose you're...
That inspiration... I've got my eyes on the prize. Looks like the mortician is rather suspicious about Jake.
What could Mayor Cecil, Captain Aureus, or Evelyn have to do with it?
I sailed the seas. I walked the worlds.
Looks like that dog is awfully agitated.
Perhaps he wants to tell us something.
Peace be with you, traveller. May your lost loved one... I once lived a prosperous life. Loney never recovered from the loss. And when a group of mercenaries, predators, more aptly called, came to town dangling the opportunity to a knife, she were killed less than a week after she joined.
I don't have the right tool for digging.
In memory of Loney, death lies on her like an untimely frost upon the sweetest flower
Rest in
of
peace,
all the
darling.
field.
That ought to hurt.
May I be valiant as the Lion of Summer.
Wherever you go, there I am.
Die, vermin! That shovel has proven worth its weight, it seems.
Indeed. And who knows what manner of riches we'll unearth together with this tried and true...
Enough to finish...
I don't have the right tool for mining.
can't even smell the sea air over this dock.
A good day to you.
Not in the mood for cheese.
Bless the seven! I am restored! As good as a new penny!